I am Edith Ramos Orcilla, the Assistant National Statistician of the Civil Registration Service of the PSA. Civil registration and vital statistics, actually, they are inseparable, right? So, as we can see, the intervention somehow is more really on the vital statistics, but you cannot separate the civil registration side. The Civil Registration Service has 3 divisions, and one of the divisions is the Vital Statistics Division, which is responsible in coming up with the vital statistics coming from the administrative records. There are 1,600 municipalities, and each municipality and city has its own local civil registry office headed by a local civil registrar. Each local civil registry office is expected to submit all registered death certificates, birth certificates, and marriage certificates. They are expected to submit to PSA, provincial office, within the first 10 days succeeding month. So once the PSA provincial office receives those documents, they do some initial processing.
First thing they have to do is to check the data file against the documents if they are complete. So specifically, they have to check one by one the documents against the data file. So if all documents are already in the data file, so there's no problem. But once the data file has no record based on the document, so they have to encode. But once the document is lacking, they have to check with the provincial office the missing document. So they have to wait. We have to check every documents, the death documents, all the information, especially the consistency checks, especially the age, the sex, and also the causes of death. Then they have it's ready for the scanning to be put in the database.
Our process then is really, we call it manual processing. So usually, our death statistics will take us longer time to process.
Last year, we started using the manual and the automatic coding using the iris. So I think it's quite easy for us now to code the causes of death. At first, since they are their first time to get in that training, so some of them, oh, it's very hard. But now, since they're doing it, starting from that after the training, so it makes them easier, especially for the coding. So I think they're enjoying.
So it's very helpful to us, very timely. The arrival or the assistance or technical assistance or intervention provided by the D4HI project from Bloomberg. So it's a very important intervention given to the PSA. Not only, actually, that's a very good process or computer system wherein we are somehow assured the quality now of the death statistics.
Before, it takes more than 2 years before we can release the data for death. But now, since we started using the iris in 2017, so for this year, 2018, we will release the data before the end of this year. So it's a very great achievement.
At least from those outside from the Vital Statistics Division, because the documents or the encoding is done at the provincial office, they can now work around with the data that they see from their part. So it's not only the central office which benefit more or less, because sometimes our officials also in the field, they are asked to present some data from vital statistics. So more or less, if the statisticians from our field offices are trained, then you expect that they will give better statistics.